Amara stared at the photographs for nearly an hour. Her chest tightened with every swipe. Emeka stepping out of his car. Emeka holding Ella's waist. Emeka entering the apartment building at midnight. The evidence was undeniable. For a moment, Amara could not breathe properly. Not because she suspected, but because suspicion and proof are two different kinds of pain. One tortures your mind. The other destroys your heart. She looked toward the other side of the bed. Empty. Emeka had told her he was attending a late business meeting. Amara laughed bitterly through tears. So this is where meetings happen now? At 2 a.m., she walked quietly into the children's room. They slept peacefully. The youngest girl held a teddy bear tightly against her chest. Amara sat beside her daughter and cried silently. One of the greatest fears of many married women is not simply cheating. It is the fear of watching the family they built slowly collapse while pretending everything is normal for the children. Many women stay longer in painful marriages because of fear. Fear of shame. Fear of starting over. Fear of society's judgment. Fear of raising children alone. And, sometimes, fear that maybe they're no longer enough. When Emeka finally returned home around 2:45 a.m., he entered quietly, hoping everyone was asleep. But the sitting room light was on. Amara sat there waiting. The printed photographs were arranged neatly on the table. Emeka froze immediately. Neither of them spoke for several seconds. Then Amara asked softly, "Who is she?" Emeka removed his glasses slowly. "Amara, listen. How long? It's not what you think." Amara laughed painfully. "Men always say that. It just happened." "No. Affairs don't just happen. They begin with conversations. Attention. Lies. Choices." Emeka remained silent. Because deep down, he knew she was right. "What does she give you that I don't?" Amara asked. That question pierced him deeply. Because the answer was complicated. Ella gave him peace from pressure. Excitement from routine. Admiration without history. Softness without unresolved pain. But that did not mean he stopped loving his wife completely. Sometimes people cheat not because they no longer love their partners, but because they are emotionally weak, broken, selfish, lonely, or unable to confront problems directly. Cheating is often less about romance and more about escape. And escape always comes with consequences. "I tried, Amara," Emeka said quietly. "For years, I tried to reconnect with you." Amara's eyes widened with disbelief. "So this is my fault now?" "That's not what I said. You stopped talking to me too, Emeka. After the miscarriage, you disappeared emotionally." The room became heavy with old wounds. Pain they buried years ago suddenly resurfaced. "You think losing that baby didn't destroy me?" Amara cried. "I blamed myself every single day." Emeka looked shocked. She had never admitted that before. "I felt like I failed you as a wife," she continued through tears. "But instead of helping me heal, you went looking for comfort somewhere else." For the first time in years, Emeka saw the depth of her pain clearly. And for the first time, Amara saw guilt in his eyes. Real guilt. Meanwhile, Ella sat awake in her apartment, unable to sleep. Her conscience was beginning to torment her. She remembered how happy Emeka looked while speaking about his children. A part of her wanted to leave the relationship before more damage happened. But another part of her was emotionally attached already. That is how many side relationships become dangerous. What begins casually slowly becomes emotional dependency. And emotional dependency creates emotional war. Suddenly, Ella's phone rang. Unknown number. "Hello?" A female voice answered calmly. "You should stay away from Emeka Okafor. Ella Frouneth." "Who is this? You don't know the kind of man you're involved with." The line disconnected. Ella's heartbeat increased immediately. Back at the Okafor mansion, the confrontation became worse. "You embarrassed me," Amara whispered painfully. Emeka sighed heavily. "I never wanted to hurt you. But you did." Silence. Then Amara asked the question he feared most. "Do you love her?" Emeka could not answer immediately. And that silence was louder than any confession. Amara nodded slowly, as tears rolled down her face. At that moment, something inside her broke completely. She removed her wedding ring carefully and placed it on the table. Emeka's eyes widened. "Amara, I don't even recognize my marriage anymore." Then she walked upstairs. For the first time in 20 years, Emeka slept alone in the sitting room. But upstairs, Amara opened one of the messages again. This time she noticed something strange. The anonymous sender had written, "He lied to all of you." All of you? Amara's tears slowly stopped. Because suddenly, This affair no longer looked ordinary.